Hi, my name's Vince Sheehan, and today I'd like to talk about Euro '96. And here's the official guide at the time. Um, I've recently watched this from beginning to end, every minute of every game. It's available on ITV Hub while I'm saying this. And the reason why I watched this is because I missed not having the Euros this year because of the coronavirus pandemic. And I remember watching a bit of this at the time. I was a teenager. I wasn't really into football, but this, because of the hysteria around the England football team, and of course the tournament being held in England, I got into the tournament and began following England, and I've followed them ever since. Um, the tournament itself has the group stages, 16 teams for the first time. So it's kind of expanded in '96. The knockout stages, the quarterfinals, of course, the semi-finals, and then the final. 31 games all told. And Germany won. They were strong throughout, and they had the likes of Klinsmann and Ziegler, Matthias Sammer, who people often say was the player of the tournament. Andreas Müller, of course. So they had they had a very strong team, and they were worthy winners. Although you have to say that the Czech Republic was certainly a surprise package. They did extremely well, getting to the finals, produced some really dogged performances, and of course they had the inspirational Karol Proborski as well, who they kept. The commentators and the ITV commentaries I was watching kept calling him like the kind of little Poborski, or the kind of the little man Poborski, all these things. And he produced a really fantastic goal as well later on in the tournament. Other great goals include Davor Suker for Croatia. He scored this marvellous kind of chipped goal in one of the group games. Stoichkov scored from a free kick for Bulgaria. Actually, the free kicks were extremely poor in this tournament. The commentators keep remind you of that they're really bad free kicks, and Stoichkov's effort was the only goal from a direct free kick. The general quality of the games wasn't always fantastic. There's some really dull games, particularly in the knockout stages, actually. Really tedious kind of defensive, holding out for extra time kind of football, which probably did the Czech Republic well, actually, in getting to the finals, that kind of approach. There were some highlights though. There's a fantastic group game between Russia and the Czech Republic, 3-3. Scotland played their socks off against Switzerland because they knew they had to get so many goals to qualify, and they didn't quite get the goal tally they needed, but it was a terrific game, and they were it was a fantastic team performance, and a really good goal by Ali McCoist as well in that game. England, of course, did really well. They didn't play well consistently, but they got the results they needed, and there was a couple of moments of brilliance. That famous goal by Gaza against Scotland, Paul Gascoigne, and of course Alan Shearer was prolific, getting the Golden Boot, scoring 5 goals throughout the tournament. And there was an amazing performance against the Netherlands when England beat them 4-1, and of course, they won a penalty shootout as well, playing Spain in the quarterfinals, Spain being one of the favourites. So, it was a really good tournament for England, being on home soil as well. And England were kind of in the newspapers' bad books. I remember at the time the team getting really drunk, etc., on the so-called dentist's chair. If you're not sure what that is, look it up. And that was, and then they kind of managed to redeem themselves by the end of the tournament. The semi-final against Germany, they could have won that. Gaza almost scored right at the end, but it wasn't to be. And there's the famous Gareth Southgate penalty miss right at the end before Andreas Müller scored his to put Germany into the final. So there were some good performances. There were a few good goals, not loads of good goals to be honest, not loads of exciting moments, but enough to keep you interested. But you wouldn't probably regard Euro 96 as a classic tournament. There's an awful lot of dull football in there as well. Put the results for each of the games in a simple slideshow after this. Thank you for watching.